There are over 4,000 species of roaches in the world, and at Drake Lawn & Pest Control, we see all of them.
Most people don't realize that only a small number of those species are considered true household pests, but the ones that are extremely good at living alongside humans.
Roaches have been around for over 300 million years, and for good reason. They're survivors. They can live for weeks without food, hold their breath for over half an hour, and adapt to almost any environment.
They survived ice ages, mass extinctions, and environmental changes that wiped out entire species. So when they find a home with steady food, water, and warmth, they don't leave on their own.
But they thrive in your home. They spread bacteria, contaminate food, and they even trigger allergies and asthma.
Roaches crawl through drains, sewers, trash, and decaying material, then walk across countertops, dishes, and food storage areas. That transfer happens silently and constantly.
So let's take a closer look at the most common roaches that we deal with here at Drake Lawn & Pest Control, how they behave, and how we keep them under control. Let's start with the German roach, the tiny, brown, fast-moving pest that gives all the others a bad reputation. German roaches live indoors, hiding behind appliances, in cabinets, or anywhere that food and moisture are present. They multiply fast. A single female can produce hundreds of offspring in just a few months.
German roaches are what we call structural roaches. They don't live outside and wander in. They build their entire life cycle inside of homes and businesses. Kitchens, apartments, restaurants, break rooms, these are their ideal environments.
Because they stay close to people and food, they're one of the hardest roaches to eliminate and one of the biggest health risks.
German roaches prefer tight, hidden spaces where they can touch surfaces above and below them, behind refrigerator compressors, inside cabinet hinges, under sinks, behind drawers, and inside wall voids. If you can slide a credit card into a gap, a German roach can live in there. One of the biggest red flags is seeing German roaches during the day. These roaches are nocturnal. When you see them out in the open with the lights on, it usually means the hiding spaces are overcrowded and the infestation is already well established. Unlike surface sprays, Actisol doesn't just treat what you can see. It penetrates behind walls, under appliances, and into voids where roaches are nesting and breeding.
That's why our technicians at Drake use Actisol, a specialized machine that delivers a fine mist of insecticide deep into the cracks and crevices where roaches hide. It flushes them out and provides long-term protection.
This allows us to flush roaches out, disrupt their life cycle, and leave behind long-term residual protection without tearing your kitchen apart.
Next up, the American cockroach, also known as the palmetto bug. Up to 1.5 inches long, reddish brown, and they're quick.
Because of their size, these are the roaches that cause the most panic. Homeowners often assume that there is a massive infestation, but these roaches usually originate outdoors.
Palmetto bugs, the American cockroach, lives in warm, damp spaces like sewers, crawl spaces, and under mulch beds, but they will make their way indoors for food and shelter. You'll often notice them in bathrooms, laundry rooms, or your kitchen.
Heavy rain, irrigation systems, clogged drains, or plumbing leaks can push American roaches inside suddenly. That's why many people see them out of nowhere, especially after storms.
Palmetto bugs give off a distinctly oily odor, and spotting one usually means that there are more hiding nearby. For these, we target entry points and moisture zones with precision barrier sprays and baits to keep them outside where they belong. The smoky brown roach looks similar to the American roach, but it's darker and even more drawn to moisture. They dry out easily, so they stick to humid, shaded areas like tree holes, roof gutters, or palm canopies.
Smoky brown roaches are especially common in clogged gutters filled with leaves and debris. Those damp conditions mimic their natural habitat perfectly. Because they can fly, smoky brown roaches easily access upper levels of homes, roof lines, soffits, attic vents, and second-story windows.
You'll often see these guys flying around lights on humid nights, and because of their habits, we focus on exterior perimeter treatments such as applying insecticide in mulch beds, gutters, and attic vents, the areas that these pests prefer to hide. The Australian cockroach is another outdoor species common in southern Florida. They love leaf litter, shrubs, and mulch, and they occasionally will wander inside.
Australian roaches are often misidentified, which leads to indoor treatments that don't solve the problem. The real source is almost always outside.
They're a bit smaller than American cockroaches, and they have yellow streaks on their thorax. These guys prefer a vegetarian diet, often feeding on decaying plant matter, but they'll still invade your home looking for warmth or moisture. Controlling them means treating outdoor harborage sites like mulch beds, wood piles, and crawl spaces to keep populations of them down. Now, the Florida woods roach is a large, slow-moving roach, often called the stink roach, because of the strong odor that it releases when disturbed. It's not typically a home invader. It prefers to live outdoors in wood piles, under bark, and in leaf litter.
These roaches are most commonly seen after heavy rain forces them out of flooded habitats.
They are big, but they're harmless. However, they can still become a nuisance when they wander inside. They respond well to residual perimeter treatments and the removal of wood debris near structures. The Asian roach looks nearly identical to the German roach, but behaves completely differently. While the German roach lives indoors, the Asian roach lives outdoors and is an excellent flyer.
This is one of the most commonly misidentified roaches that we see, and one of the most commonly mistreated.
Asian roaches are attracted to light. They often fly into your home at night, and they'll land on your walls, TVs, or computer screens.
Homeowners often think that they're dealing with a German roach infestation, when the real issue is outdoor lighting and exterior activity.
At Drake, we focus on treatment outside, especially around lights, windows, and entry points, applying targeted sprays when they're most active. Now, the brown banded roach. Unlike most roaches that prefer moisture, the brown banded roach likes it warm and dry. You'll find these guys near your ceilings, behind picture frames, or inside electronics, far from sinks or drains. They're smaller and they can live in furniture, light switch plates, and even inside your dressers. Because of their unique habits, controlling these guys relies heavily on bait placement, using gels and dusts inside where they hide, and not just where we'd find the other species. Now, the oriental roach is sometimes called the water bug. They prefer cool, damp areas like basements, crawl spaces, and drains, and they move slowly compared to other roaches. They can't climb smooth surfaces, so you'll often see them inside sinks or tubs.
Their presence almost always indicates a moisture issue, leaks, drainage problems, or poor ventilation.
We control these guys by drying out moisture-prone areas, sealing cracks, and using baits and residual sprays both indoors and out. And finally, the Suriname roach is a burrowing roach that spends most of its life in soil and mulch, feeding on plant roots. It's often brought indoors in potted plants or greenhouse soil. All individuals in the US are female, and they reproduce without males, which means that once they're in, they don't need a partner to multiply. Treatment includes soil-targeted sprays and granules to stop infestation at the source. At Drake, our technicians are trained to locate the exact source of your infestation, whether it's deep in your kitchen cabinets, under mulch beds, or behind your walls. We combine Actisol treatment and baiting for long-term results. Whether it's roaches, ants, or any other pest, Drake Lawn and Pest Control has you covered. We don't just get rid of pests, we give you peace of mind. Call us today or chat with us online for a free inspection and estimate. Drake Lawn and Pest Control. Quality service guaranteed.